Hey tennis fans, I'm Grace Carter and this is Tennis Now presented by Tennis Express. Tennis Express, order today and it ships today. When it comes to men's tennis, one thing is certain. We are living in an unprecedented age of achievement where not one, not two, but three men have all surpassed the legends of the past and stand together at the top of the tennis mountain. Now that Novak Djokovic has tied Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal on the Grand Slam titles list, we all want to know who has the more impressive resume. So we decided to take a close look at the otherworldly achievements of the trio so that we can better understand their achievements. And our first stop is head-to-head. And that's a category easily won by Novak Djokovic. The Serb owns a 27-23 record against Federer and a 30-28 record against Nadal. Nadal, meanwhile, owns a 24-16 record against Federer. Yeah, that's always been a tough matchup for Roger. So how much weight should we place on these head-to-head records? Well, that's a question for the ages. Next, total number of titles. Federer still holds the edge on this one. He has 103 overall titles. Nadal has 88 and Djokovic has 85. But Nadal and Djokovic are tied for the all-time lead in Masters 1000 titles with 36, while Roger only has 28. Can Djokovic and Nadal catch Federer in terms of all-time titles? And does that matter for the GOAT debate? That's another good question. Third, winning percentage on all surfaces. We already know that Djokovic is the only man in the Open era to have won all 4 Grand Slams at least twice and all 9 Masters 1000 events at least twice. But how does he shape up in winning percentage on each surface? Turns out, pretty good. Djokovic has a winning percentage of over 80% on all 3 surfaces, something that Federer and Nadal cannot boast. Nadal has a remarkable clay court winning percentage of 91.5%, but he wins less than 80% of his matches on grass and hard courts. It should also be noted that at Wimbledon this year, Djokovic became the only man in history to have at least 75 wins at all 4 majors. Federer is over 80% on grass and hard courts, but he falls to just 76% on clay. So this category clearly goes to Nole. Fourth, let's look at titles won since turning 30. Djokovic has won 8 major titles since his 30th birthday. Nadal has won 6, Federer 4. It's the biggest reason Djokovic has been able to draw level with Nadal and Federer on the Grand Slam title list. The Serb has won 8 of the last 12 majors, all since he turned 30. Winning majors after 30 is not a statistic we typically talk about, but it may be Djokovic's key to the GOAT castle when all is said and done. And finally, we look at dominance. Certainly, Nadal's ability to dominate the clay is second to none. He has won 13 Roland Garros titles and once reeled off an 81-match winning streak. Nadal also has the all-time record for clay titles with 62, and it's just astounding. Then we have Roger Federer, who once earned 65 consecutive victories on grass and has more Wimbledon's men's singles titles than anybody else. Djokovic has amassed a 43-match tour-level winning streak in 2010 and in 2011 and has a record 9 Australian Open titles. If there's one thing all 3 of the big 3 have been able to do successfully, it's dominate. But nobody in tennis, or perhaps any sport for that matter, has ever dominated the way Rafa Nadal dominates on clay. And weeks at number 1. Djokovic leads this category, and pretty convincingly. As of this week, he has 329 weeks at number 1, and he also has finished 6 different seasons with the year-end number 1 ranking. Federer has 310 weeks at number 1, but we have to pay homage to Roger's amazing streak of consecutive weeks at number 1. Remember, from February 2004 to August 2008, Roger was number 1 for 237 consecutive weeks. Nole's longest consecutive streak is 122 weeks and Nadal 56 weeks. Roger's record on that score may never be broken. Nadal, meanwhile, is 6th on the all-time list for weeks at number 1. He has 209. Now, we do realize these numbers really just scratch the surface of the inevitable GOAT debate that's being conducted on tennis Twitter at the moment. You can follow us at @tennis_now. With Nadal, Djokovic, and Federer level at 20 major titles apiece, we are forced to go beyond major titles and into the essence of these legendary players. What do the numbers say about these guys? And what do you think about these numbers? And what other statistics do you feel need to be included? It's your turn to chime in the GOAT debate. We're just getting started, so feel free to have your say. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.